Welcome to Emek Titans Travel. Serbia blends ancient history, dramatic landscapes, vibrant culture, and warm hospitality. From fortresses and monasteries to rivers, mountains, and lively cities, wonders await. Wonder 1, Kalemegdan Fortress above the Sava and Danube in Belgrade. Built by Romans, shaped by Byzantines, Ottomans, and Austrians, Serbia's guardian. Stroll stone walls, museums, and parkland as musicians and families gather. Past meets present, resilience and unity live in stone and song. At sunset, ramparts glow and the skyline ignites. Studenica Monastery, founded in the 1100s by Stefan Nemanja. White marble walls. Byzantine frescoes so vivid they feel alive. Monks who've kept the same rhythms for centuries. This place isn't just old, it's a living archive. Manuscripts, prayers. A sense of calm that slow clocks your heartbeat. Walk the courtyards and you'll feel how art and faith fused into something uniquely Serbian. Flip the map to Novi Sad. Meet Petrovaradin Fortress, the Gibraltar on the Danube. Built by the Austrians to stare down the Ottomans. Its tunnels are an engineering flex. Its clock tower? Totally charming. Reversed hands so fishermen can see the time from far away. The fortress trades cannon smoke for festival lights. Exit turns battlements into a global dance floor. Studenica and Petrovaradin, two sides of Serbia's soul. Devotion and artistry, strategy and celebration, quiet reflection by a marble icon, panoramic views and music under the stars. Plan a trip that's part pilgrimage, part party. Come back with stories older than your passport. Tara National Park in western Serbia. Endless spruce forests stretching into misty horizons. The rare Serbian spruce, found almost nowhere else. The Drina River carving dramatic canyons like Banska Stina hikers. And photographers drool here for the views. Locals live in traditional wooden houses, farming and forestry. They balance forestry with ecotourism to keep areas wild. Now flip south to Javolja Varoš, Devil's Town. Over 200 towering earth pillars dot the plateau, born from erosion, shaped by rain and time, wrapped in folklore, stories of petrified wedding guests. Walk the wooden paths among the pillars, sip mineral springs said to have healing powers, feel how science and myth share the same stage. The Temple of Saint Sava in Belgrade. An enormous white dome that anchors the skyline and a symbol of identity and resilience. Begun in 1935, its story is less about a single finish line and more about persistence. Inside, mosaics glitter like 1,000 small stories. Saints' history craft worshippers gather for liturgy worshippers gather for festivals. It's both a house of worship and a national heartbeat, a living monument to faith that kept rising through decades of change. Now switch gears, Uvac Canyon, where the river refuses to go in a straight line and creates cinematic meanders you won't forget. From high viewpoints, the bends look painted, carved by limestone and time. Griffin vultures wheel above, rare and majestic. Caves invite exploration, hidden waters invite exploration. Locals mix agriculture with warm hospitality. Boat tours, homemade food, quiet trails. It's a rugged, peaceful place where biodiversity and human life coexist, and where every curve is a postcard moment. Niš Fortress in one of Europe's oldest cities. Inside the walls, historic mosques. Craft workshops buzzing with artisans and traditional trades. Ancient ruins still visible, stone foundations and arches. The birthplace linked to Emperor Constantine the Great. Seasonal festivals filling the fortress grounds with music. Open-air summer concerts under ancient ramparts at dusk. Cozy cafes spilling onto cobblestones, coffee and chatter. Artisan stalls selling handmade crafts and souvenirs daily. History rubbing shoulders with modern life inside the walls. Next, Golubac Fortress rising like a sentinel above the Danube. Medieval towers clinging to sheer cliffs, buttresses visible. They once guarded vital Danube trade routes and crossings. Recent restorations revealing repaired walls and renewed pathways. Exhibitions showcasing fortress history, archaeological finds and artifacts. River walks along the Danube offer panoramic water views. Legends of knights and epic medieval battles retold. Fishermen's traditions passed along the Danube for generations. Sweeping views across river bends and rocky promontories. Drvengrad, Emir Kusturica's wooden town. Cobbled lanes, timber houses, a tiny church. It feels like stepping into a film set that never wrapped. Festivals bring filmmakers from all over. Festivals bring musicians from all over. Local crafts keep tradition alive. Hearty cuisine keeps tradition alive. It's a creative village of cinema. It's a creative village of culture. It's a creative village of community. Now shift gears to Kopaonik National Park, Serbia's mountain crown. In winter, it's the country's biggest ski playground. In summer, wildflowers take over. Hiking trails take over. Dense forests, sunny plateaus, traces of medieval mining. They give it real depth. Rustic villages preserve crafts. Rustic villages preserve flavor. Tourism supports local life. Art and adventure preserved and shared. Drvengrad, Kopaonik.
Wonder 12. Smederevo Fortress. Smederevo Fortress stands majestically along the Danube River, representing Serbia's medieval capital. Built in the 15th century by despot Juraj Branković, it was one of Europe's largest flatland fortresses. Its triangular walls and towers reflect advanced defensive design. Within its grounds, markets and festivals recreate medieval atmosphere. The fortress reminds visitors of Serbia's struggle against Ottoman expansion. Today, local communities celebrate cultural events there, connecting heritage with modern life. Overlooking vineyards and river landscapes, Smederevo Fortress symbolizes resilience, political ambition, and the enduring spirit of Serbian statehood and identity. Wonder 13. Fruška Gora Monasteries. Fruška Gora Mountain is home to 16 Serbian Orthodox monasteries, often called the Serbian Mount Athos. Built between the 15th and 18th centuries, they safeguarded faith and art during Ottoman times. Surrounded by vineyards and forests, these monasteries preserve frescoes, manuscripts, and sacred relics. Monks continue spiritual traditions, while pilgrims seek peace and inspiration. Local communities thrive on wine production and religious tourism. Fruška Gora represents cultural survival and devotion. Its monasteries stand as symbols of unity, spirituality, and artistic achievement deeply rooted in Serbia's historical journey.
Resava Cave near Despotovac, discovered in 1962 and packed with colorful stalactites, stalagmites, and sparkling crystal rooms formed over eons. Carefully lit paths let you wander safely through chambers that blur myth and science. It's a geology lesson with a storytelling twist. Next, the Iron Gates Gorge on the Danube, a dramatic canyon between Serbia and Romania where sheer cliffs guard Roman relics like Trajan's tablet. Once a vital trade and military passage, today it unfolds on scenic cruises, revealing breathtaking views and riverside traditions. Both places show Serbia's natural richness and cultural layers from underground cathedrals to cliffside history.
The Oplenac in Topola then, early 20th century, a nation rebuilding a dynasty carving memory into stone. Now, it's a luminous mausoleum, Byzantine-inspired domes meet modern pride. The interior? Walls swathed in tiny mosaics so detailed they read like a history book in color. Pilgrims still come for quiet remembrance. Tourists come to be dazzled. Around it, vineyards that once fed estates now power local economies, pouring famous Serbian wines into cafes, export crates alike. Oplenac isn't just a tomb, it's a bridge from struggle and leadership to living culture. Shift to Zlatibor Mountain then. Wild meadows, shepherd's songs, smoke-curled kitchens, shaping a tough, simple life. Now, those rolling hills wear wooden cottages and wellness centers with equal ease. Hiking trails trace the same paths shepherds walked, but today hikers return with yogurt, smoked meats, and handcrafted souvenirs from lively local markets. Festivals spin rural tradition into modern keeps the air clean and the welcome warm tourism and heritage in a friendly handshake. Both invention. Whether you come for mosaics or meadows, you leave with a story.
Wonder 18. Manasija Monastery. Manasija Monastery, founded in the 15th century by despot Stefan Lazarevich, stands as a fortified spiritual center. Its strong defensive walls protected scholars and monks during turbulent times. Inside, exquisite frescoes represent the Morava architectural style. The monastery became a center of medieval Serbian literature and learning. Surrounded by green hills, it exudes tranquility and dignity. Visitors admire both its artistic treasures and strategic design. Manasija symbolizes intellectual achievement, faith, and resilience. It reflects Serbia's dedication to preserving cultural and spiritual heritage. Wonder 19. Skull Tower, Ćele, Kula. Skull Tower in Niš is a haunting monument from the first Serbian uprising against Ottoman rule. Built in 1809 from the skulls of fallen Serbian rebels, it served as a warning to others. Today, it stands enclosed within a chapel, honoring sacrifice and resistance. Visitors reflect on the tragic yet heroic chapter of Serbian history. The site emphasizes national struggle for freedom and independence. Skull Tower represents remembrance and resilience. It reminds future generations of the cost of liberty and the courage embedded in Serbia's identity.
Gamzegrad, Felix Romuliana. Built in the 3rd century by Emperor Galerius, it's a Roman palace city mosaics, temples city walls that still whisper imperial gossip. Archaeologists peeled back centuries to reveal intricate floors, fortifications proof that the Balkans were prime real estate in Rome's story. On the right, Avala Tower. Born in 1965, fallen in 1999, reborn in 2010 at 204 meters. It's a steel and concrete statement. We rebuild, we remember, we rise. Visitors ride up for panoramic views, cafes, photos, and a skyline that says, progress.
Rajak wine cellars, hundreds of little stone houses pressed together like a patchwork of cellars. Built in the 1800s, these narrow cobbled lanes more than pretty stones. Living family recipes in oak barrels. Local winemakers still open their doors for tastings, Stories harvest festivals full of music and folklore. It's not just wine, it's rural identity craftsmanship, communal pride poured into every glass. Now flip the map hop aboard the Shargan 8 in Mokra Gora. Narrow gauge marvel solves steep mountains with a genius figure 8 track yes. Literally, an 8 vintage carriages chuff through tunnels and glide over bridges. Restored for travelers, equal parts engineering trick and scenic joyride with views that make your phone jealous. Rajak keeps winemaking alive, Shargan protects industrial heritage, both lift local economies and traditions. Viminacium, born in the 1st century, a booming Roman city and military hub. Amphitheaters, baths, mosaics, tombs tell stories of soldiers, traders, families. Archaeologists keep peeling back layers, reconstructed streets let you step into daily Roman life. Then shift gears to Palić Lake, 19th century spa charm, Art Nouveau facades, promenades, summer festivals where Hungarian and Serbian cultures mingle. Fish, gardens, music, total calm. Together, these sites trace a line from antiquity to modern Serbia. Fertile Danube plains hide centuries of stories just waiting to be explored.
The Open Air Museum. Walk through 19th century wooden homes. See tools preserved like a time capsule. See clothing preserved like a time capsule. See everyday life preserved like a time capsule. Artisans weave right before your eyes. Artisans knit right before your eyes. Artisans carve right before your eyes, keeping crafts alive for the next generation. Then unwind at Prolom Spa. Mineral springs, treasured since Roman times. Soothing restorative baths amid forested hills. Wellness centers make it easy to recharge. Warm hospitality welcomes you to the countryside. Slow-paced countryside living helps you recharge.
Wonder 28. Deliblato Sands. Deliblato Sands, often called the European Sahara, is a vast sandy area in northern Serbia. Formed by ancient river and wind activity, it hosts unique flora and fauna. Protected as a nature reserve, it supports ecological research and conservation. Shepherds historically grazed livestock here, shaping local traditions. Today, hiking and birdwatching attract visitors. The landscape's rare beauty contrasts with Serbia's forests and mountains. Deliblato Sands reflects environmental diversity and commitment to preserving fragile ecosystems within the Balkan region. Wonder 29. Topola is a historic town linked to Serbia's first uprising leader, Karađorđe. It became a center of national resistance against Ottoman rule. Vineyards surround the area, producing celebrated wines. Cultural monuments and museums preserve revolutionary history. Annual events honor patriotic heritage and rural traditions. Local families combine agriculture with tourism. Topola represents bravery and cultural pride. It connects Serbia's revolutionary past with modern community life and economic sustainability. Wonder 30. Belgrade Waterfront. Belgrade Waterfront is a modern urban development along the Sava River. Featuring residential towers, shopping centers, and promenades, it transforms the city skyline. The project reflects Serbia's contemporary ambitions and economic growth. Restaurants and public spaces attract families and tourists daily. Blending modern architecture with historic surroundings, it symbolizes renewal. Belgrade Waterfront represents Serbia's forward-looking vision, while honoring its capital's vibrant spirit and cultural dynamism. Serbia's wonders reveal a nation shaped by resilience, creativity, faith, and natural beauty. From medieval monasteries and Roman ruins to majestic mountains and modern developments, each site tells a story of endurance and cultural richness. Together, these 30 wonders showcase Serbia's unique blend of history and progress. Travelers who explore them discover not only stunning landscapes, but also warm communities proud of their heritage. Serbia stands as a remarkable Balkan treasure waiting to be experienced. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.